Hey everybody, Lauren from Hearing Lauren here. I wanted to talk to you about Cochlear Implants, which is my amplification device that I wear. I have bilateral cochlear implants from Cochlear Americas. They are the most recent version, the N7. So I'm going to cover today are the parts of a cochlear implant, qualifications to get a cochlear implant, how it works, and how I hear. There are two parts to a cochlear implant. There's an external part which people can see on individuals' ears, and it can be taken off to be charged, anything like that. And there's an internal component that gets surgically implanted by an ENT, and this is done under surgery. The internal component has a magnet inside of it which allows the external component to be connected with the internal through the magnet, and there's the electrode array, and then there's a transducer right below the magnet, which allows for the sound to be transmitted, processed, and then sent on to the eighth nerve. And so the external component, which is what you can physically hold and manipulate every single day, hopefully you can see this okay. So this is the external component. I have brown since it matches my hair. I'm going to show you the different parts, and I'll also have visuals for you to see. Here's the tone hook. This can be taken off and put back on like this. They come in various sizes. I have the smallest size. It comes with a battery, which you can take on and off. This is a rechargeable battery, and I have to charge my batteries every single night. So I do not wear my implant to sleep. Every night I put my implant in a dry out kit as well when I'm charging my batteries. This is my left, and then I twist this way to take it on and twist like that to put it back on. And turn it on, you'll see a green light come on, and a yellow light indicates that the magnet is off of my head. Let's do a little review. Tone hook, battery, and then this component right here is your actual external processor. And so the processor's in this teeny tiny piece right here. Super small. It used to be ginormous and now it's really small. Within your processor, you have two microphones, and then you have your button right here to turn on, turn off, and change the programs. And so to turn it on, you hold it for 3 seconds and it'll turn on. To change programs, it's a quick push, and your implant will indicate which program you're on by the number of beeps. First program is 1 beep, second program is 2 beeps, and so on. This is your cord and coil. And so I'm gonna pop this off. This comes on and off like this. Each coil has a magnet. You can change your magnet strength. You can change your magnet size, you can increase it, you can decrease it, you can also twist to slightly increase and slightly decrease. But you want your magnet to fit comfortably, but not be painful, and also not fall off of your head. Contributing factors to this are hair is definitely one of them. If you have thicker hair, you may need a stronger magnet. If you have thicker skin, you may need a stronger magnet. So you want to have a good connection to your internal component, but also have it comfortable, so that your skin does not get irritated. Like I said, this component with the magnet coil, this connects to wherever your internal component is. And so you can see it's hanging off. I'm gonna do it so that you can see. So it's sitting on the ear like this. The magnet travels up to where the internal has been surgically implanted and connects with that internal magnet. To take it off, you just pop off your implant. It does not hurt. How I put mine on is I lift my hair. I lift my hair like this, put it on my ear. Since my hair is thick, I tuck it under. That way it does not slide off when I'm trying to put my hair up or when I'm moving back and forth. How a cochlear implant works is sound is picked up acoustically from the microphones from the environment, is translated or transduced into electrical signals or digital signals, as I like to call them. And then that goes up the coil to the transducer in the internal component. Then That gets sent through the electrode array, which then is fired to the eighth nerve. And then your brain interprets the electrical signals that are sounds of the environment. So when people get cochlear implants, it sounds very different than what they were used to hearing if they had hearing before, or it's all that they know if they had hearing like this, like me. This is the only hearing that I know. It's very digitized, or very beeps and whistles and very robotic. The process of getting a cochlear implant, you have to have a moderately severe to profound hearing loss. I have a profound hearing loss, and I'll put a little example over here of what that is. But a profound hearing loss, the way I like to explain it is, imagine you're standing on a tarmac and you have a private jet behind you, and you're standing on the tarmac. You're going to stand right under where it's going to take off, and you don't have any amplification on. I will not hear that plane. I'll feel the vibration of the plane taking off or flying above me, but I will not hear the plane itself. So you have to go through a 6-month hearing aid trial and show no improvement with hearing aids in order to get a cochlear implant. So what surgery looks like is you get a CT scan done so that the NT can look at your inner ear and make sure your cochlea has been formed correctly. And the surgery is scheduled. You will go into the pre-op, so they will talk you through everything and give you happy juice, and then you go into the OR. They will mark whatever side they are going to surgically implant. Nowadays, some surgeons will implant both at the same time in the same surgery, which is really great because then you only have to go under once, or your child only has to go under once. So they get to learn how to listen with both ears, which is incredible. During the surgery, the surgeon will shave a portion of your hair off to give them better access to your auditory structures. And so you can see mine is still growing back from my implantation and reimplantation of my left implant, since it failed a year and a half ago due to engineering malfunctions. After they shave that portion of your head, they will mark where the incision is going to be, and then they will cut a slight incision, fold back your skin flap, and then if it is a first time implantation, they will have to drill holes in order to get the electrode array into the cochlea. A typical cochlear implant surgery is 3 to 6 hours. It honestly depends on the surgeon and how fast they work or how slow they work. The recovery is, for the first 24 hours, you get a bandage, and it looks like a wrestling cap, but it's a full bandage, and then that wraps around your head, and that keeps pressure on your incision site. That has stitches, dissolvable stitches that will dissolve after a week and a half or so. You cannot wash your hair for a week. You definitely cannot be running. You can't do any sports or anything like that. And so once the first 24 hours out, this is you usually stay overnight, but sometimes you can go home the day of, which is what I did recently. And the surgeon will change the bandage after 24 hours, and then you get fitted with a cup that you wear that protects the surgical site with gauze, and then a hard cap. And so it looks very much like a wrestler's hat. You wear that for a week and a half, and then you go back for a post-op follow-up a week after your surgery. So the surgeon takes off your steri strips. You have steri strips over your stitches. So your surgeon will take off your steri strips, and then you do not get turned on, your external implant turned on, until a month or 2 after your surgery, because your incision site needs to heal, because Let's see if you can see mine. You can see it a little bit. We're getting personal here. So your surgeon will cut from behind your ear, right here, starting here, will follow up your ear line to here and cut like a moon shape right here. And then that's where they pull back, and then they have full access to whatever's going on here. And so in order for you to wear your implant, your surgical site has to heal completely so that you are comfortable wearing the device on your ear without getting it infected or anything like that. And so post-op surgery infection control is very important. You have to clean your incision site daily. You have to pat it dry after you shower. It's a very intricate healing process, but once you get through that, it is smooth sailing from there as far as healing. And then the hard work begins of learning how to listen with your implant. And when it's first turned on, it sounds very much like beeps and whistles and very garbled. Some people have said that it sounds like Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, but they can understand the speech. It really depends on each individual and how their brain interprets the signals from the cochlear implant. Just know that cochlear implants are not a fix to hearing. We have to work really hard to learn how to listen with our new devices and learn how to listen electrically, because it's not a natural way to hear, and so we have to learn and adapt our brains to listening through electrical impulses and electrical signals that are picked up from our cochlear implants and translated to something that we can hear, because our cochlea does not work, or something within our auditory system has caused our sensory neural hearing loss, and so we don't hear naturally. Even with hearing aids, we may not still hear naturally. Hearing aids and cochlear implants are very different in the fact that hearing aids amplify the sounds acoustically. They still have an acoustic component that gets sent through the auditory system. The cochlear implant completely bypasses the auditory system straight to the eighth nerve and translates the acoustic sound that's picked up from the microphones into electrical signals that get sent through the cochlear implant to our eighth nerve, which fires and allows our brain to interpret what is being said. So isn't that crazy? I hear like a robot. So to recap, the parts of the cochlear implant are the tone hook, processor, the microphones, the program turn on and turn off button. You have your batteries, and you have your coil and your magnet. You have your internal component, which has another magnet, a transducer, and your electrode array. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos in the future, make sure to subscribe. And if you like this sweatshirt, I'm all ears. I have an Etsy shop, so if you want to check that out, I'll drop the link in the description box below. Just want to remind you that you are beautiful and that you're strong, and deaf is beautiful. And I hope you all have a fantastic rest of the week. Bye!